Welcome back. It's your girl Prim and Proper, and I am back again on day number 3. We going strong, y'all. We are going strong. So today, this is a highly anticipated video, I think, because I always get these questions about business, how to start a business, or what it is, or how do I go about doing this and that. So I just figured I should make a video about it, because I know the people that are in my DMs are not the only ones that are inquiring or want to know. So I'm going to break it down. First, I want to give you the 4 W's. I got my notes here, you guys. That's it. That's why I'm looking down. But I want to give you first, before starting a business, because people need to understand, this is something attached to your name. Even if you have a business name, this is still attached to you, your brand. If you're creating a brand, this is you. So you want to think thoroughly about it. You want it, I don't want to say perfect, but you want it to be well thought out. You don't want to just come out with something and let it be blah. You want it to be planned. You want it to be strategic. You want it to work, basically. You want it to be successful. So in order for it to be successful, it has to be in order, because God don't even bless something that's not in order. Let's just be real. And I hope you pray about it before you even try to open the business, first and foremost. And make sure it's for you. Don't do it because you see so-and-so doing it, homegirl over there doing it, or you get so infatuated with social media and you think, oh, this is easy, I want to be my own boss. Being your own boss is not easy, honey, because it's not a guarantee that you would even get paid. It's not a guarantee that you'll be successful. But I do believe if you put in the work, you will be successful. If you put in the work, you have faith. My last video was step out on faith. So you step out on faith and you do the work. Let me not ramble on. Okay, so the 4 W's before starting your business, this is what you need to do before even making a logo, coming out with a name. I need you to answer who, what, where, and when. So who will you be selling to? That is very important because you have to know your demographic, the age, ethnicity, sex, female or male, or both genders. And what does your ideal client or customer look like? So that's the first question that you need to ask yourself. What does my ideal client look like? Like, for example, I have a skincare line, Pretty, Prim and Proper. So my ideal client is someone who wants to take care of their skin, someone who's dealing with acne, any skin problems, or someone who just needs a new skin regimen, and from ages like 15 and up. So that's like my demographic, even though that's like the wide range. But let me stop lying. My age demographic, let me just be real, because I don't expect I do have mature clients, like people who are in their 50s who purchase from me, but that's not my ideal client. That's not where I market. When I market, because I say Pretty, Prim and Proper, some 50-year-olds like that's for young girls. So my age demographic is from like ages 15 to maybe like 35. That's who I market to. Not saying you won't sell to people who are not in that age demographic, but that's who your ideal client is. So knowing what's the age range, ethnicity, because I'm selling to everybody, my business, but sometimes people create hair care lines that are aimed towards African American people of African descent, so that you know that the ethnicity that you're marketing towards, that you're gearing towards, that you want, is people who have African in them. You're not a Caucasian person cannot use your hair care products because it's not for their hair type. So that is your ethnicity that you're going to be selling to. And if you're going to be selling to both unisex, male and female, or just female or just male. Yeah, so that's pretty much what sums up the who. The what is, what will you be selling? Whether it be skincare, makeup, shirts, you want to do clothing, you want to do hats, you want to do fitness apparel, you want to do shakes, you want to do meal plans, you want to do electronics, books, calendars, organizers. You have to know what you're selling. And say, for instance, you want to do more than one thing. You don't want to you don't want to do too much at first. But say, for instance, if it goes like this, you want to sell fitness apparel, right? And you also want to get into selling like fitness like weights and stuff, the things that you need to get in shape, like the tools that you need, like the weights and the what is that, the band. You can also sell that as well, because it's still aligned with your initial product, which is the fitness apparel. They know you for selling things that has to do with fitness, so it aligns with your business. But you can't be selling fitness apparel and think you're going to sell skincare, even though it's like all a part of self-care. But it's still like, okay, I know you for skincare, but I know you for fitness, so which one do I trust you more on? Which one is your expertise? I'm not saying it can't be done, but it cannot be done at one time. You cannot bring this out and then bring this out. Boom. Your audience has to know what you're selling, and this is what I know you for selling. The third W is where. Where will you be selling? So will you have a storefront? Will you only be online? Will you be at a shop? Well, storefront is a shop. Will you need to know where you will be selling, but you need to know where you're going to get your products from. You have to know where you're going to get your products from, because it's just like, why are you having a business? But definitely have these things in order before you go to the next step, because you need to try. Just don't go with the vendor. If you're buying things wholesale, don't go with a vendor and think, oh, I'm just going to automatically go through the next steps because I know it's going to be good. I like how the pictures look. No, you want to make sure it's good enough. Good. Not even want to say, you want to make sure it's superb. It's better. It's better than what you thought. Because the last thing you want to do is go through this process, and when you get your shipment, it's not what you expected. You want to test out whatever you're going to be selling, especially if you're getting it wholesale. You want to test it out yourself. Like when I purchased my lashes, I had them send me samples. You can ask whatever vendor you're going to be working with, hey, can you send me some samples? Yes, the shipping on the samples will be a lot higher, but it's going to be worth it because you want to make sure that you like it. When. The fourth W is when. When is like set a launch date. Because listen, we're not going to be doing all this work and prolonging the process. Give yourself a launch date, a start date of when you want to manifest this whole thing, when you want to actually introduce this into the world. Set a launch date so you have all your P's and Q's. Like, okay, by this time, I want everything to be done. I want everything to be in order. And give yourself enough time. Don't think in a month you're going to have everything, because it takes like, you'll see the next steps that I'm going to talk about. It takes some time for those things to even come in. So give yourself, if you want to give yourself like 3-4 months to get everything, it's okay. Don't rush it. Do not rush it. Do not rush it. It's never going to be perfect, but do not rush this, because this is attached to your name. You want the business to be successful. You want to do it right. After you establish your 4 W's, then you can go on to, okay, coming up with a business name. So obviously sometimes we prophetic, y'all. Like, we probably have a dream like, oh, I always had this name. Like, God gave me this name. Okay. God gave it to you. Write it down. That's your business name. So establishing a name, make sure the name is something that's catchy. It's something that people will identify as you. Even if it's not catchy, even if it's unheard of, even if sometimes it's hard to pronounce, do not shy away from it, because that's what will make it a unique, and that's what people will know you for. So getting a business name, a brand name that represents your brand, it represents you as a person and what you're trying to accomplish, what your mission is. And that brings me to another thing, your slogan. So my slogan is for the girls who want to be more than pretty. So it's all over like my bags and all over my website, because I feel like I truly believe that every woman is beautiful, and my products, by using my products, this makes you more than beautiful. Because even though we are all beautiful, we all have insecurities, or we all have things that we're dealing with, and especially your face, your visage is the first thing that people look at. So I am the skin care fairy that is coming to your rescue to make you more than just pretty. So that is my slogan for the girls who want to be more than just pretty. So coming up with the catchy thing so that people can identify your brand. Like Nike, it's just do it. So another one is Burger King, have it your way. McDonald's, I don't even remember McDonald's. Oh, K Jewelry, Every kiss begins with K. And when you hear that, you already automatically know where you get it from. K's Jewelry. That sound, every kiss begins with K, it sticks. It's so catchy. Your slogan is very important. Your slogan or your motto for your business has to represent your brand, represent your business, and represent your values as a company. Once you figure out your slogan, what you want your logo to be, then you go on to, now you have to go get the logo made. You can, if you know how to draw or you have envisions of how you want your logo to look, that'll be perfect. So when you go to a logo designer, a web designer, when you go to a graphic designer, you'll make it easier on them. It won't be much rough drafts, because if you have an idea in your mind and you're trying to put it into words to someone, they may not get it right on the head. So and I know some people only have like a couple of revisions, so pretty much kind of making a template for the person, probably grabbing some pictures off Pinterest of, okay, I like this lettering of I like this font from this person's logo, so I want my font to be this. So they'll know, like, okay, whatever I make up, it has to be this font. Or I want this shade of pink or this shade of blue. So you take whatever picture it is, you say, I want this shade, so they know what color scheme you want. And then, like, okay, well, I want this effect. So you'll grab all these things and set examples, and you'll send a template to them. And when you do that, that's like a business exchange, and they'll take you more serious. The fact that you're prepared and you're serious, you know what you want, they will take you serious, and you make it easier on them, and it helps that whole process of getting it done. Because I think that's the most tedious thing, when you can't convey the message thoroughly and they trying to put it together, and it could go wrong, it could go sour. I am going to list the person I actually work with for my logo to be made. I'll put his information, his Instagram, in my description box below. So, you know, I'm helping you guys out. I'm going to list everything in my description box. So once you get your logo made, you have to now register your business with the state that you live in. So I live in Florida, so the website I would have to go on is sunbiz.org. Every state has a website where you can register your business. So I'm going to break down the different types of businesses, because I know so many people are so stuck on LLC, but they don't even know what it is. So let's start off with the sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship, you know, you gotta, because I always mess up on that word, is a person that has a business but is attached to them personally, meaning it's attached to their social security. So when they go file taxes, it's one, like LLC, limited liability corporation, is you get an EIN, that's a tax ID number, and it's separate from you. So if someone sues you, they can go after the business, and they don't touch your personal income. With the sole proprietorship, if they sue the business, they sue you. They can get into your assets, your personal assets that has nothing to do with the business, but it's because it's attached to the business. So you are the business. So I don't recommend a sole proprietorship, because there's like 0 to none protection against your personal assets. If you're in a partnership, like it's more than one person, you're signing, I would definitely recommend that I sign up my business for an LLC as well. And there's also partnership and corporation. If you're starting a corporation, you know, my big time people, if you start a corporation, you know, don't go with the LLC. You're starting a whole corporation. So a corporation is a company or a group of people authorized to act as a single entity. So the difference between a LLC versus a corporation itself is the LLC is I'm reading from my notes. A LLC is a type of business structure that offers personal liability protection as well as a few tax advantages. The limited liability in LLC is what protects your personal assets in the event of a judgment against your company. So a traditional corporation offers limited liability as well, but it focuses on structural and taxation differences. So the advantages of a corporation is may issue shares of stock to attract investors, and corporate income splitting may help lower overall tax liability. Must hold an annual meeting and record minutes. So the advantages of an LLC is no limit on the number of owners. Profit and loss are passed through to the owner's individual tax returns. No annual meetings or minutes books required. But the disadvantages are cannot engage in corporate income tax splitting to lower tax liability, and cannot issue stock. So if you plan on going public with your business and trying to get investors, you want your business listed as a public entity where people can purchase stocks. You can't do that listed as a LLC. So that pretty much sums up the differences between those types of business. So you know, when you go and sign up for these things, you know exactly what to look for or what to sign up your business as. So I know there are also companies who help you do these things, or lawyers' offices that help you go about registering your business with the state, but you can do it yourself and just pay that fee, which is $120, $125 instead of paying like $200 something. You just have to read the paperwork thoroughly. Read whatever's online thoroughly. Do not bypass it. Listen, this is about your business, so you have to read everything. You don't want to bypass it. You don't want everyone to do something for you. You have to be hands-on with your business in order to be successful, or you will be bamboozled if you got too many people in your pot. After you go about registering your business with the state of Florida, or with your state that you live in, you then will go to irs.gov to get a EIN, which is what I like to call a social security number for your business. And that is 100% free. And you can file it online and they'll send you an email. You don't even have to wait for the mail anymore. So it takes about 2 weeks, I think, depending on how backed up they are. It's pretty fast. From my experience, it's pretty fast, like 2 weeks. 3 weeks, or maybe stretching it, you'll get a email confirmation with your EIN in there. And then once you get your EIN, now we're on to doing big things, because now you get to go get your business account, sus. You get to go get that money in the bank. Okay, so when you do start selling online, or when you do start open that place of business, your money goes into your business account and not your personal account. Because if you are an LLC, you cannot put your business monies in your personal account. You got to do this right. You got to do this right, sis. So you got to go ahead and open up that business account. So that can be a little tricky. You have to do your I gotta fix that. You have to do your research as to what banks offers the best plan for you, because I know when you're starting off, you don't have that much capital, you don't have that much money to have it sit in the bank, because some banks, for business accounts, they require a minimum to be in the account every month, or you will be charged, and ain't nobody got time for that. So definitely go to different banks, see what they offer, see what the minimums are, and see what the advantages are, and you choose from there. You can check out Bank of America. I heard it's really good. Credit unions are really good. Wells Fargo is okay. That's who I currently bank with, so I haven't had any problems with them so far. But definitely go ahead and do the research, call them, even go to the banks and see what they offer. They have different plans. Do not run and go get your bank account if you have not received your articles of corporation. Make sure you wait to receive that paperwork, because the bank will look at you funny. But you can still go ask for information about, okay, what do you offer? So by the time that information comes to your email or by the mail, you already know what bank you want to bank with. Once you do all those things, now you're ready to go into business. So now the next part of this, so once you got your bank account, you already registered with your state, you got your EIN, you already know who you're going to market to, you already know where you're going to market, you already know where you're going to sell at, what you're going to sell, how you're going to brand yourself, your logo's already made. Now you go into okay, if I have a website, now I have to look for someone to make my website. And I don't even recommend that. You can be self-sufficient. We have so many tools out there like Shopify, which is, I love. I use that for my business, and you can build your own website. It's not going to be easy if you're new to it, but they have templates that make it very easy. You just have to have your pictures ready and what wording you want to use, what colors. You have to have a sense of what you want your website to look like in order for it to go smoothly. So definitely, now you could do your photo. Well, before you get to the photo shoot part of it, before you even get to the website part, now you have to look for where you're going to find your products. Where are you going? So many things out there. There's so many things. I think that should be a part 2. Definitely testing it out, making sure it's what you want, and seeing if it's not what you want, can they kind of fix it for you, or definitely trying out the product yourself before putting it on the market and it out there as your own, because this is your baby. You have to think of your business as your baby. You're about to give birth, so you know it takes like 9 months to carry a child before you give birth. So this is that wait process. This is the process that you have to go through in order to give birth to your baby. So do not rush it, and make sure you nurture it. To know, you have to be in order, you have to be strategic. You have to know what you're doing. You have to do it right. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, or even DM me on Instagram at primandproper101. Until tomorrow. I'll see you ladies tomorrow. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.